Yes, guys, we are live after the Liverpool Fulham game that we'll talk about in a minute. Big up to everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me on this Sunday evening, wherever you are in the world right now. Bless up to all of you. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing good. Yeah, we've got a lot of chat about on this game while my focus and my camera is messing up as usual. I hope you're all doing well, guys. Thank you very much. Don't forget to go and smash that like button if you can already. I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Share the content. All that good stuff. We are 17 subscribers away from 5,000. So we're only 17 subscribers away from 5,000. So make sure you go and share the video, guys, on your socials with your friends and family. And hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. Big up to everyone in the house right now. I appreciate you all being here. Liverpool winning 4-3 at home against Fulham today. One of the balmiest, strangest, weirdest games I've seen Liverpool play in a long time. Should have been more comfortable in this. I'm going to get to my reasons for some things. There's a lot of positives, guys, but there is some negatives that we have to talk about. You know what it's like over on this channel. There is no agendas. No agendas. We just talk facts. And, yeah, so buckle up and enjoy, guys. Buckle up and enjoy. We just saw Man City. We just saw Man City drop points against Spurs. I've told everyone, and I keep telling everyone, this isn't the same Manchester City team as it was the last few years. I don't think they bought very well in the summer transfer window. I think the players they bought in the summer transfer window compared to the players they let leave, I don't think they spent that well. Arsenal top of the league by 2 points now. They've got a bit of daylight. And Liverpool are in this title race. There is no doubt about it, guys. Liverpool Football Club are in this title race. And our expectations now should change. So I don't know about everyone in the chat. My expectations are changing from the way we started at the beginning of the season. So the way we started at the beginning of the season, you know, my whole goal was, let's just get back into the Champions League. Let's get back into the top four where we belong. Let's start building this team up again, ready to go for the next following year. But let's start getting the players in we need, building this team up again, because it needed a transition. And when I saw who Man City bought in the summer, and then seeing Arsenal maybe a striker light, and the way the season's gone so far, I'm like, we're in a title race. Let's just put it bluntly. We're in a title race. You know, we've played Man City away. We played Brighton away. We played Newcastle away. But by the way, it's not easy winning at Newcastle. I'm just saying that right now. All these teams are going away to Newcastle and getting beat. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. Been away to Newcastle, been away to Chelsea, Tottenham. You know, all these guys have got to come back to Anfield yet. They've all got to come back to our place yet. We're in a title race. And I'm just hoping our manager and owners realise we're in a title race as well. I hope they realise we're in a title race, because we are. Obviously, we got news before kickoff. I didn't even know. Did anyone know they were doing the FA Cup third round draw at 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon out of nowhere? Unless you have social media, I don't think anyone was aware. Just scrolling through Twitter before kickoff, and I'm like, oh, so Liverpool got Arsenal in the FA Cup away from home in the third round, eh? Tidy. Who did Man United get? Wigan. Yeah, I see ya. Yeah, it's just mad having an FA Cup draw. I don't know about you guys, but because I'm in my 40s, when I was a kid, I used to look forward to the FA Cup draw. The FA Cup draw for the third round used to be a massive occasion. I don't know if there's people in the chat who are my age or around my age or a bit older or know this as well. When you're growing up as a kid, the third round of the FA Cup draw used to be a massive occasion. You know, you sit round the telly watching the draw, and you know, you go, get this is you know, and all these teams getting pulled out of hat. It used to be an occasion. Now they don't give a shit. They just put it on 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, like no one knows. Yeah, and we're just making this draw behind the scenes. Yeah, no. Yeah. Shush, Aaron. You know you're not talking about me. No, look, and it's New Year's Day, isn't it, guys? If I'm right. City got Huddersfield. So Man United got Wigan and City got Huddersfield, yeah? And Liverpool got a away draw to Arsenal. Plus Liverpool get all the 12:30 kickoffs. And again, weren't shown live on TV again today. We all had to stream that shit. Nah. I reckon Liverpool have been shadow banned by Sky, you know. I'm telling you right now, Liverpool have been shadow banned. They just like, no, you can't. We can't show Liverpool unless it's a 12:30 kickoff. Yeah, it's a stitch up, as TW says. It's a stitch up. We've got a midweek game against Sheffield United, the worst Premier League team I've ever seen in my life. So you know Liverpool are drawing that. And then we got a 12:30. Then they thought, oh, you know what? Liverpool ain't had no 12:30 kickoffs for a while. You know, let's give them another one. It's like, well, away to Crystal Palace. You know, you take the piss. No, you literally take the piss. Fucking joke, man. Absolute joke. Yeah, the game's on Amazon, yeah. Yeah, the midweek game. I think because we're coming up to Christmas now, as you can see with the Christmassy background, we are going to get a lot of Amazon games, I believe, on the run up to Christmas. Yeah, hopefully, look, the Sheffield United game midweek. Is it Wednesday or Tuesday night? I can't remember. Liverpool should be destroying them 6-0. I'm telling you right now, 6-0. It's the worst Premier League team I've ever seen in my life. But guys, you know it. I know it. We're going to make that game as hard as possible, aren't we? That Sheffield United game, we are going to make as difficult as we possibly can because that's what we do around here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do around here. Is it Wednesday, Bizzle? Big up. So on Wednesday night, should be a comfortable victory because everyone's destroyed. Burnley put 5 past them. Burnley put 5 past Sheffield United. We all know in the chat right now, we're all going to struggle. We're all going to struggle against Sheffield United. Oh, it's a madness. It's a madness. Right. Let's kick off our review of this game. Firstly, I'm going to sit here and say, great game of football. Great advert for the Premier League if you're watching it around the world. Blah, 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 blah. But I've got one question for everyone in the chat right now. One simple question in the chat. Why can Liverpool not control games of football? Can someone explain it to me? Is it just as simple that we haven't got an apparent defensive midfielder? By the way, I thought Alexis Mac Allister was really good 2 games in a row now for Liverpool in that 6th position. Why can't we control games, man? Why are we defensively bad? Why can our midfielders not defend? Mac Allister can defend. Szoboszlai. We have got to talk about Dominik Szoboszlai. I'm going to leave it till later because I might get some people on the channel in a minute. And I'm going to chat about it. But we've got to talk about Dominik Szoboszlai. He's getting away with stuff. He's getting away with stuff he shouldn't be getting away with. 𝗷𝗂𝘀𝘁 can't pass. How many times did 𝗷𝗂𝘀𝘁 run forward and never find the player he's passing to? Not ever. Can't find a through ball. Can't find a through ball. And I need to clear the air right here, yeah. I need to clear the air, right? I need to clear the air. Buckle in. I love Darwin Núñez, yeah. I love his passion, his work ethic. Yeah, I love Darwin Núñez, yeah. But it is starting to concern me now. I think his misses now are starting to be a little concerning, a little bit. Oh, for good. I want to stick up for Darwin as much as I possibly can. And you know me, guys, I always stick up for Darwin. But there's going to come a time where it's getting harder and harder to stick up for him. No, I love the guy. I really do. I just watched Haaland miss 2 open sitters against for Manchester City today. By the way, they're awful misses. Terrible misses. One was an open goal. Yeah. The thing is, all strikers miss. It don't matter how good you are. You can be R9, Harry Kane, Suarez, Haaland, Nunes, yeah? All strikers do miss sometimes really easy chances. So I do hate the fact that everyone piles on Darwin as like he's the only striker on planet Earth that misses chances. My problem is, though, when we talk about like your Suarez's, your Haalands, your Harry Kanes, in people of the past, your R9s and stuff like that, they would miss chances, but they would still have a big conversion rate at the same time. And I'm not giving. It's just awkward. I don't know what I had to talk about Darwin without upsetting people. It's awkward, if people know what I mean. It's awkward. But then Darwin's not alone for Liverpool. Darwin gets all the flack because he's the main striker. But there is forwards in our team that, you know, I spoke about him a couple of weeks ago. Everyone came at me, but I spoke about my reasons about Luis Diaz. Just what I said's real. I think Luis Diaz is a quality footballer. But if we're talking about, it's hard to talk about because people would just go slag me off. I think you guys know what I mean. And Mo again, look, Mo Salah's the reason Mo Salah gets away with it, because I keep saying this, Mo Salah, Haaland, these kind of players that miss a lot of chances, the reason they get away with it and no one talks about it is because they got a catalogue of goals behind them. You know, Salah's a 20 goals a season, 30 goals, 40 goals, 30 goals. That's what Salah does. So when he misses 1 or 2 chances, you're like, oh, yeah, okay, I know he's going to score 30 goals. Darwin hasn't really got that yet. Darwin's not accomplished that in his game yet. So when he misses chances, it's going to be spoke about more. But Diaz off that left side, man. Diaz off that left side. I don't think we're playing Salah in his. I think we're playing Salah slightly out of position at the moment. I don't know about you guys. I think we're playing Mo Salah a little bit out of position right now. Let's get 𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁 in here.
Hey, Jimmy.
How you doing, man?
Good to see you, brother.
And you, my man. And you. Hope you're doing well.
Man, my heart just dropped. So I just came back from the hospital. My doctor said I should take it easy. I told him who my stressor is.
Yeah, the biggest. I love this club, but yeah, I was saying so there, nice. I'm just talking about individual. I was just talking about Darwin, and
yeah,
you know, it's very hard because Darwin is well loved, so it's very hard to criticize him. He does deserve criticism at times.
Yes,
I think his chances today, he has to score one of them in a tight game for me. So when you buy a super striker, and you spend the outlay of money you spent on Darwin, yeah, when it's a tight game like this, you need your striker to come up good in a couple of chances. Now, the one that does me the most is the one that Mo assists him with the header. That's the one I think he should be scoring at the 2 chances he had. Yeah. So the one he hits crossbar with, you know, him and Mo are running at 100 miles an hour, like literally 100 miles an hour. And Mo does really well to hold the ball for as long as he did to play Darwin in. Everything about it was perfect. Both their runs, Salah holding it up, the weight of pass, and then Darwin's hit it first time like he should. He's got everything correct. It's just a little bit unlucky that he's hit the crossbar. So I can have that. But the one that Salah nodded down to him when we're in this tight game, I think for me, that's the one. That's the one he needs to score for me.
Yeah. And Jimmy, for me, let's get this all right. He works hard. He does everything that is asked him to do.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah.
Except put the ball in the back of the net. And at this point, I'm not going to criticize him because he didn't run. He didn't, whatever, right? Put the ball in the back of the net at this point. You know, what's his name? Former Liverpool player said it's becoming an 18-month project. Nobody gets
Robbie
that.
Fowler, yeah, Robbie Fowler.
Usually, these old players, when they say that, they have a slight shade with it. But when you look at it, you know, with logical sense, he's right. You know, Núñez is a great guy. He works hard. He does everything the team needs from him, except put the ball in the back of the net. And when Núñez starts scoring more goals, Liverpool becomes scarier.
Yeah.
So at this point, I don't think if you do talk about him not scoring, should be seem like, oh, we criticize Núñez. No, from this point on, Núñez, we would talk about you because you didn't put the ball in the back of the net, not because you didn't work hard, not because you didn't track back, not because you didn't create space. But when, like Jamie said, those two chances are in front of you like that, you got to score one of them. And I know people going to give us the stat about Oli Watkins and what's his name, Haaland. They don't play for us. We can only focus on the people who play for us, and we need those goals because if we start scoring more goals, teams will come in with the fear factor, knowing that, hey, let's make sure that they don't score, they don't embarrass us. Rather than now, they just come in sitting down saying, let's just wait, let's just keep it close, let's just wait, we can create something.
Yeah. I agree. Look, it's but he's not. Look, let's be fair to Darwin here. He weren't the only one today.
Oh no, today
Mo skied an easy chance.
Oh man,
Mo skied
on the left side.
Mo skied an easy chance where you think that's Mo, just put it in the net because you're Mo Salah. Mo misses chance. We know this. Mo misses chances, but the reason I think Mo gets away with it, and like when Haaland missed an open goal today and no one brings it up, it's because they got a back catalogue of 40 goals a season behind them.
Right.
You know, so so people don't really talk about it. Because Darwin's not got that back catalogue, it's easy to pinpoint it on him. And then Diaz, I don't know what we do.
I knew you were going to bring. I knew I was coming in. I was like, how am I going to defend my boy today?
I just Luis Diaz, man. I love Luis Diaz. I keep saying this, and I keep saying it time and time again. I think Luis Diaz is better centrally than he is in the wide areas for Liverpool. In the box, Luis Diaz is a nightmare. I actually, you know, you look at his goals from Liverpool at times. A lot of them are central areas.
Yes.
I just feel like in them central areas, Luis Diaz is a different kind of player, and it looks like Luis Diaz wants to play there. How many times today did you see Luis Diaz in central positions and not out wide?
A lot of times.
He was always ghosting into them central positions, and the problem is takes up Darwin's room.
You do see a point where they both crashed?
Yeah, and they run into each other and they get in each other's way.
Yeah.
I personally think Luis Diaz wants to be more of that player with freedom. Yeah. He wants to be that player with freedom, and that's why he gets in these central areas, the right-hand side, sometimes the left-hand side. I do. When I watch Luis Diaz, I think around the central area when he's in the box, he's tremendous.
Yeah.
When he's out on that left-hand side, he's wasteful. And it's a conversation to have, man. It's a conversation.
No, Jimmy, I'm glad that you didn't go too hard on my boy today. But based on what you said, right, today, K-Mac made the point. Do you think that we are right side heavy? Reason why Diaz feels like he needs to come to the middle to get some of the ball and get some of the love. Because check this out. When Henderson was there, it was only one creator, one elite scorer, and then the guy who does all the dirty work, Endo. Right now, we got a creator, another player who's sick called Szoboszlai, who could create, who could do everything that the other creator can do, and some. And then you got the elite guy. So that side, is it becoming too much of a good thing is bad? Where the left side is like, okay, if I don't get the ball, I need to go into the middle to go get the ball. Do you think that's what's happening with the dynamics of Liverpool right now?
Yeah, we are heavy on that right-hand side. I mean, but the thing is, we play through the central areas, so we play quite narrow. We try and be compact in midfield, and that I think is half our issue. We don't play out wide enough at the moment.
Yes,
but yeah, I think Salah's slightly out of position.
I agree.
And I know everyone says he's a right winger. He's a right winger, but he's playing really wide at the moment. You know, because he plays so wide now, no one can overlap him. So that means when he goes out wide, and I still think the purpose of Salah playing where he is at the moment is to accommodate Darwin Núñez through the middle.
Oh, Darwin? Okay.
And Trent when he inverts.
Yes.
So when Trent inverts, he can get into them positions. Salah can be out wide, and then you've got Darwin in front. You've got that little triangle. And I think that's the purpose of it. But I think at this moment in time, Darwin might be better just sitting on bench for a few games as an impact sub.
I said that today.
And I do like go. Look, I know people don't want to play the false nine no more.
No, we need to go back.
I literally think the way we play.
Yeah,
the way Liverpool play under Jurgen Klopp, especially in the transition and the way we defend from the front and all that, and the way we like to link the midfield to the attack, I think the way it's playing better with 𝗁𝗂𝘀𝘁 in the 9, you know, in that false position. And I think that's I think Salah then can come inside more if he's got 𝗁𝗂𝘀𝘁 in the central position, because 𝗁𝗂𝘀𝘁 will naturally drop deeper or head over to the left a little bit because his natural position. That will allow Salah to come infield more.
Right.
I've said this for a while. Salah scores more goals when he has a false 9 than an out-and-out striker. In my opinion, I think that's the best place for him. Get a false 9 there. Salah will come inside a little bit more because he'll take up the positions that the striker is vacated, and Mo will take up them positions. He can't do that with Darwin because Darwin don't really vacate them positions because that's where he wants to play. So that's why Mo has to stay a lot wider for me. So yeah,
no, I agree with you, because even with the City game, okay, this is a problem that Klopp knew during the preseason. He said when Darwin is playing, when they get the ball, they just want to launch it. They just want to launch it every single time. And today, 𝗁𝗵𝗶, the third goal was him. Instead of looking at Diaz, he decided to do a through pass. I think it was somebody, I forgot who was in the middle, and then counter-attack to score the third goal. Against City, we had no control of the ball because as soon as we see Darwin running, we're just going to launch it. And I was expecting Klopp to have us control the game a little bit more. And when we do that is when we have either Jota or 𝗁𝗂𝘀𝘁 in the middle. Because then when we get the ball, we hold it, right? And then we move the ball around a little bit. Then Salah cuts in, and then the old school way of Liverpool play. Today, when 𝗁𝗂𝘀𝘁 came in, we start having more of the control of the midfield, rather than just launching and launching and launching. Because what is happening is we got 𝗁𝗵𝗶, who's also bombing forward with the ball and doesn't release the ball fast enough. He wants to go straight through the middle instead of sometimes look on his left side. Hence the reason why Diaz is like, hey, I'm not getting enough love. All I'm doing is running back, and trying to help, what's the name? But he also gets the ball, and then he wants to touch the ball way too many times instead of him becoming like our Grealish, where when you have the ball, create something. Get a foul, get a penalty, let something happen. But he dribbles left, and then he dribbles right, and then he passes the ball. And I think the manager needs to sit back, and I know the experiment that he's doing, some of it has to go. I'm sorry. The inverter thing is not working properly, right? We could do that with a team. Because today, what happened when Gomez came in? He and Trent, I didn't even know who was the midfielder. Was it Trent or was it Gomez?
Well, let's get some positives. There is a lot of positives to talk about, guys.
Oh, the goals.
Let's talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yes, sir.
This guy, Trent, is special, man.
He's the right back.
Trent. This guy is so special. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, that free kick today, unfortunately, is going to go down as an own goal, which is just...
It's not fair.
And right. So here's where I'm coming from. I'm starting to understand why Jurgen has Trent inverting and not have him as a midfielder from the start. I understand what Klopp's trying to think now, because Trent shadows into them midfield positions and can't be picked up.
Right.
Because so he's on the right hand side of the pitch, a little bit off the ball, and then off the ball he inverts into a midfield position and picks up the empty space that is left in midfield. And when you do that, you've got an extra man in midfield then that can keep hold of the ball with possession. I understand it, and I think that is the way probably to go. And when he's in that position, he's just different, man. The way he keeps the ball, the way he knocks the ball around, the way he looks for left and rights. He was tremendous. And, you know, his free kick was amazing. His winning goal, you know, he's in that midfield. In fact, because Klopp put him in the midfield because Endo came on, the Gomez came on, he was on the left side of the pitch, I think, for the goal, weren't he?
Yes,
so he got himself over to the left-hand side of the pitch, just in that midfield position where Klopp wanted him. And then he's just got the quality. If you want the ball popping down to someone around that part of the pitch, you know, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's a tremendous player. Absolutely world-class talent. And
do you think, Jimmy,
you have him?
No, do you think that, you know, we know who his best mate, one of his best mates are, right? There's a guy in Madrid. And it happens that they both have same sponsor, Adidas. I'm not saying he's going to go there, even though we hear some rumors that he will become a Galactico. I don't think so. But just like you and I, you know, talking, we could have a conversation and say, hey, you know, Jamie, I think your show, you should do this. This will help you more. You should do that. Do you think those two are having that conversation? Because ever since Trent started, you know, the contract conversation of the Adidas started, he's been trying to take more responsibility to do that Steven Gerrard thing. The same thing that kind of Jude is doing over there in Madrid, right? I have to make this thing happen. I have to do it. It has to be me, right? Against City, yeah, people were like, oh, defensively, he was good. He did exactly what he was needed. Was he going to be beaten once or twice? Who hasn't, right? But guess what he did? He defended the ball and then goes all the way up top and score. So I'm looking at a player who is maturing to a whole different player that we used to know. And he wants to be that guy. His new evolution of Trent is going to be that Steven Gerrard guy, right? Where it's like, when all things are lost, here I am. And I think this is what we've seen of Trent, because ever since he became the captain, he's become more mature, more different. His persona is more like, I'm Liverpool. And in a couple games that he's, especially coming back from the injury, he has been integral in most of the goals that we scored, or he has scored. But today's free kick, I don't care what they say, that is his goal. Because guess what? You can't tell me the ball magically just happened to hit the post and then went back into the net. Somebody must have hit it, right? So why we can give him the ball? A deflection would have, what's the difference between that and a deflection? It's not like it hit the post and the goalie was standing like halfway through the 18 box and then it hit him and then went back in. Yeah, this was a beautiful free kick. Yeah.
Because the woodwork's not classed as target, is it? That's why. It's mad. I mean, his free kick was beautiful. His fourth goal was beautiful. This is a beautiful footballer. I think I saw Josh in the chat. I agree with Josh. I do think Trent's best position is inverting, and I do think it works. And I saw, I think it was a big Angel, was it in the chat saying we get attacked a lot down our right hand side. And this brings me to the other issue in our midfield, right? This brings us so Trent, I think, is amazing what he does. Inverting, I believe, is the right thing to do, because I believe it does work. But I'm going to say this right now, and people might have a go at me about this because he is the new kid on the block and everyone loves him. But Dominik Szoboszlai has been shit for a while. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Dominik Szoboszlai doesn't defend well. He's not a good defender. You know, we talk about on the ball, Dominik Szoboszlai is a fantastic player. There's no doubt about that. On the ball. Off the ball, I don't think he defends well enough. I really don't. And, you know, the way we play, it might not be his fault because it's not the sort, you know, he's playing box to box. I don't think Szoboszlai really wants to play a box to box midfield role with the work rate he has to do. When we defend as a midfield, like, you've got to be on it in that defending moment, in transition, especially in the quick turnarounds. And Szoboszlai just hasn't got that in his game to defend. And I think it's becoming a little bit of an issue because I think he's a tremendous footballer in the right position in our team. I think if you play the double pivot and you play Szoboszlai in a 10, got no problems whatsoever. It'd be world class for us. Absolutely world class. His issue is he's in a position I don't think really suits him to a T because he has to defend and attack. He's got to be box to box. And in the transition, when he hasn't got the ball, he does come lacking a little bit. I just feel out of possession, that's where his weakness is. On the ball, tremendous. Off the ball, for me, that's a little bit of a weakness in that midfield.
Well, I kind of see it a little bit different. In terms of performance-wise, yes, you're right. He's been poor in the last couple of days, last couple of games. One thing that I used to like is if he was not on the ball, he still was able to cover certain spaces. Now, it looked like he's starting to get leggy. So even when he gets the ball, he misplays the passes. There's a couple of games that the City game and even this game where he had the ball, and it looked like he rushed the pass, and then it's a counterattack. So either his legs is getting way too tight for all the running that Klopp is asking him to do, because guess what? When Trent does the inverted, guess who's taking care of all the other open spaces? Him. And if it bypass him, then either Matip or Konate or whoever is on the right center back is taking care of that. So that's why I'm saying that it seems like we are too right side heavy because everything has to be on the right side.
Yeah.
Why don't we do the same thing on the left side? We got the same type of creators on the left side. 𝗁𝗵𝗃 knows how to create. He's very good on the ball, right? If it's I think the midfield, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, they are too much of identical type of players. I would have rather have Jones in there with Maka and Szoboszlai.
Oh, I've been saying that. I've been saying this for ages. For me, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai can't play together.
They can't play together. They're too identical. And
yeah, I've been saying it for ages now.
And I think that the left side, Klopp needs to say, okay, yes, Salah is on the right side, so we understand why we are so right side heavy. But when we play teams, they figure that side out. We need to make it a both side where we become unpredictable. You know, because every time we get the ball always, everything that we create always starts on the right side. Then it moves to the left. But we have this, nobody can do what Trent does, but 𝗁𝗵𝗃 can pass very well, especially on the ground, right? He's a better crosser than Robo. It seems like a lot of people agree with that. We have creative players on the left side, Diaz and whoever plays there. So why don't we do the same thing on that side instead of always putting, because then Szoboszlai can do what we want him to do, because guess what? He has to cover Trent.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I see that some people are saying we're trying to turn Szoboszlai into Henderson. I don't think there's some truth to that, but Klopp needs to, I think Klopp, whatever he's doing, that's what I'm saying, whatever Klopp is doing, he needs to take certain things out and then say, okay, I'm taking Szoboszlai's best attributes away from him. I mean, when was the last time today is probably the first time I've seen him taking 2 shots back to back.
Yeah, it's the off. I think our whole problem at our football club is the way we play off the ball. I think that is the main issue with Liverpool at the moment. In possession and on the ball, Liverpool are fantastic in my opinion. They can move the ball quickly. They can go from back to front in seconds, you know, and things like that. That's not an issue. The whole problem is what we do off the ball. And I look at the midfield because that is the main part of where Jurgen wants the team to be able to defend well in transition, in turnover, and things like that to win the ball back quickly. That's why we play that high line and counter press. So I understand what Klopp's trying to do, but the problem is, I think playing people like 𝗁𝗵𝗵 and Szoboszlai together at the same time, they got their first instinct is attack, get forward. Mac Allister is more defensively minded out of all the midfielders, so he can sit back a little bit more. But I think Szoboszlai, I'm not going to slag Szoboszlai off because I think he's a fantastic player. I think we're just asking him to do something at the moment that's brand new to his game.
Right.
You know, brand new to his game. He more wants to play in that attacking third. You know, he wants to be the 10 or the winger. You know, we're asking him to do a lot of work. This is the thing, the way we set up in our midfield with the system, we're asking our midfielders to do a lot of work. You know, they've got to run a lot, they've got to move, they've got to get in positions, they've got to catch passing. Like, you know, it's a lot of work, and we're asking Szoboszlai to do something brand new to him as a midfielder, really.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, giving it time, you know, into next season, he will nail this down because he's only a young lad. But it's just a little worry at the moment because I see online, you know, we're easy to play through is because we haven't got a DM, and I'm like, it's not. I don't think Mac Allister's actually doing that bad of a job the last 2 games, and as a defensive midfielder. But if the other midfielders around him are not helping him with his defensive work, and they're just getting walked through, then you go have that same issue constantly. But as I said, Szoboszlai in possession, fantastic. Out of possession, it is a little bit of a worry and something to work on. If he works on it and gets better, I've got no problem with it whatsoever, my man.
But you were talking about Mac Allister. Did you see the part where he tracked back and caught up to, was it 𝗁𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁?
Yeah.
They went speed to speed. He got speed. People said he didn't have speed. I've never seen him run faster like that for Liverpool.
Szoboszlai's quick. Yeah,
No, not supposed to like Mac Allister.
Well, when Mac Allister won the ball back. Yeah, Mac Allister put the burners on, didn't he?
He turned on the nitros.
Yeah,
I was like,
the burners on, man. He was like, I've always had it in my locker. I just use it when I need it. I thought Mac Allister was excellent today.
Today he was very good.
Really, really.
He was very good today.
I thought he was really good against Man City as well.
Yes, he was.
As I said, like, it's too much of everyone goes for our midfield too easy to put the blame on Mac Allister or the DM position. It's the others around him off the ball. That's what I always try and tell people. And I think Mac Allister played well today. And his goal. Talk to me about his goal, Quasi. Talk to me about his goal, man.
That goal, I'm already crowning the goal of the season. I don't care. Man U fans, you could cry all you want. But this one is a goal that he meant it. The other one, he just did acrobatic and then it worked. All right. This one, he meant it because you have to look, like the commentators, like, look how far away it is. It wasn't like he came straight at the goalie. It looked like he was going outside, did a detour somewhere. There was a stop sign in front of him, and then the ball made a left turn. I don't care if there was 2 Lenos in that goal. They were not catching that. That goal was oh man, that was so beautiful. That's the only. I mean, honestly, all 4 goals that Liverpool scored today,
beautiful,
can be in the goal of the week, goal of the season, whatever. As much as they want to take Trent's free kick away, I'm giving it to him, selfishly. But I'm sorry, Mac's goal was, at this point, tell me any goal this whole season that's better than that.
Yeah, Mac Allister's just. I love Mac Allister. Hang on, I'll get K-Mac in when his cameras on. You just got to do a camera, K-Mac. Can't see you, man. I love Mac Allister. He's capable of that. He's very good at that. There we go.
Mhm.
He's extremely good at that, Mac Allister. He's a good footballer, Mac Allister. I keep saying, like, I did a video yesterday with Cal from 𝗁𝗵𝗄𝘁, and we basically talking about Mac Allister. I said, were we wrong about Mac Allister? And I put it in two ways. Were we wrong that he is the DM that's getting better, that Klopp wants?
We need
or
a
was
time.
we wrong to buy him? Because where do you play him if he's not the number 6 in this Liverpool team? Because you can't ask Mac Allister to do what Szoboszlai is doing on the right-hand side, which is box to box, because that's not his game. So then you have to go to a double pivot, which I'll get to in a bit, which I think we should. But 𝗁𝗵𝗄𝘁, Mac Allister, great today, in my opinion. On the ball, off the ball, goal, everything.
You're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you now. There you go.
Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant today. He was the guy that I wouldn't have took off. Like 𝗁𝗵𝗄𝘁 was the guy that should have come off or Dom, but you know, he took him off as well.
Really.
It's crazy. He stayed on to the 82nd minute. Mac Allister was fantastic. Like he was involved in so much. He wasn't doing too much defensive work though, because everything was just kind of bypassing. Because for some reason, our 3 midfielders just decided that they were just going to attack and not do anything else. And that goal, I mean, pick that out. Absolute sublime, like brilliant finish.
All the goals today.
It was more like, it felt more of like the Brighton Mac Allister today. You know, his interplay, his movements, his close control. He played a lot more further forward. It was the type of Mac Allister that I want to see against lesser teams like your Fulhams and your Palaces and your Sheffield Uniteds and teams like that. You know, and you know, when we brought Endo on and he did a bit of defensive work, but you know, it's like you said as well. Are we using DMs anymore? Are we just going for this midfield like monsters where they score goals, they create chances, like the stuff that we dream of, and now we're complaining about it?
I think Klopp's looking at it. I think Klopp said himself he thinks what everything's involving in life, and football's included. And I think he's looking at it like you don't need a destroyer in the 6, because your midfield should all be able to defend as a unit and attack as a unit and play as a unit. I think that's what he's looking for. And off the ball at the moment, like me and 𝗁𝗵𝗄𝘁 have spoken about this many times, Szoboszlai and 𝗁𝗵𝗄𝘁 shouldn't play together at the moment because they can't.
You went on mute, Jamie.
God, I thought that was
all right?
sentence again.
You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me all right? Yeah. Sorry, my microphone's breaking. It's coming out of Christmas, so the wife could buy me anyway.
I got a Liverpool jacket. I've already got mine.
There you go. But yeah, I just feel like we need another defensive-minded player next to Mac Allister in my position, in my opinion, and do a double pivot, and that's what brings me with Endo. Now, we'll talk about his goal in a minute, because the thing me and 𝗁𝗵𝗄𝘁 have spoken many times on this channel is about Endo is actually a pretty good footballer on the ball. I don't know about you guys, but I actually think we were defensively better when he came on as well.
I agree.
I thought we started to control the game when Endo came on. You know, we started to control it because no matter what people think of him, he's defensively minded. He knows how to play that position. And Mac Allister, look, you know, I just feel like the way to play is almost staring Jurgen in the face, but he don't want to play it. And that's play a double pivot of Endo and Mac Allister, and then Szoboszlai in the 10. It's like it's there to play, and then you can rotate that with Curtis Jones, 𝗁𝗵𝗄𝘁, Elliott. You know, you can even put 𝗁𝗂𝘁𝗁 in the 10. So you got variations that you can swap and play there and keep the same system. It's like it's staring him there. I thought again with Endo, as I said, 𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁 came on. I thought we controlled the game better when he came on. And obviously his again, his goal was first class, and he's got that in his locker. He's actually good on the ball. I do believe he's good on the ball, and that goes unnoticed for me.
Now, Jimmy, you said that the double pivot. Guess what happened when he came in? He and Trent played double.
Yeah,
Mac Allister, what's his name? 𝗁𝗂𝘀𝗁 became the number 10. So every time Endo gets the ball, he turns, 𝗁𝗂𝘀's right there. The ball, now the game have slowed down. No need to keep launching the ball. Salah can join in with the ball, or he could go on the outside. Núñez can just roam wherever he wants. So with me, trust me, I'm a big, huge fan of a 4-2-3-1. That's why I started, and like become a super fan of Klopp when he's doing the 4-2-3-1 at Dortmund. So for the life of me, I don't know why he doesn't want to go back to some form of that type of formation, because he has a bunch of number 10s in the team. Mac Allister can play number 10. Szoboszlai can play number 10. 𝗁𝗂𝘀 can play number 10. Even Jones can. We got 4 or 5 players who could do the same, that number 10.
𝗁𝗵𝗃 can play number 10 as well, by the way. I mean, that's probably why he got binned out of Bayern Munich.
And then when it comes to the double pivot, all of them can also play that double pivot. So I think our team right now is better suited for a 4-2-3-1. And with the 4-2-3-1, you could go wide or you could go narrow. So you could you could go one side, go really wide, which I think will suit Diaz better, because that gives him more space to do whatever he wants to do. And then you tuck in, what's his name? Salah a little bit closer. Now you don't even have to set your fullback bombing forward, because guess what? You got Trent right there in the middle who could overlap Salah from the inside out.
Yeah.
So, and today you see, that's what they did today. What's the last 10 minutes, people? You saw Trent overlapping from right side and the left side when he became a double pivot with Endo. And then 𝗁𝗂𝘀 controlling the whole midfield. That's why Salah was getting more freedom. But Salah today, his touches were poor today. So everything he was doing was not really working for him. But I'm agree with Jamie, man. That 4-2-3-1, I think, is Liverpool's formation. I'm sorry.
Can I touch on Endo? Because 15 touches.
Yeah. How many minutes?
Touches in the game. He had 1 goal and he had 1 shot that was literally going in the goal as well, if you remember that. Like, he could have scored 2 goals with 15 touches. He won no duels, he won no headers, but who gives a fuck?
But then look at you have to look at his positioning in defense, and that's something that
did you see that? Did you see that flying tackle he did as well when he came on?
That's what I'm saying.
Yellow card straight away.
I think
I love the guy.
It gives us more balance, don't it?
Yes.
That's what I like about it. It gives us more balance. It means you've got a player who naturally plays in that position. So that allows another player to get into a position that he naturally plays in. And then Trent, who wants to play in that midfield area, can double pivot with him like we did. And you had more control. Now, 𝗁𝗂𝘀 came on and played the tip of the, he played the 10, didn't he? Then you had the double pivot behind him. You had more control in that midfield. And it's something we need to look at. I think it's something Klopp might end up playing at times in certain games, or he might start with 4-3-3 and then end the match playing 4-2-3-1 when he wants more control in the game. He might go an hour and go, right, this is it now. I just need more control. Put Endo on, double pivot, get a bit more control in the game. It's another Arsenal to a game that we didn't have last year.
Right.
So it is something new we got this year that we can utilise more for me. But I think Wataru Endo gets a lot of stick. He gets a lot of abuse online, but when I watch him play, I feel like 𝗁𝗃𝘀 that he is getting better. He is starting to understand what he's got to do. I think he did an interview recently, didn't he? The other day, saying that that he found it difficult because the Premier League
Yeah.
is so much harder than the German League, and he's coming and he says, I've come in at 30, so I've really got to hit the ground running. I haven't got time to hang about and wait like the youngsters have, like Szoboszlai. I've got to hit it running. So 𝗁𝗵𝗃, he's showing improvements, ain't he? And as we said, he's good on the ball, ain't he?
Yeah, and can we also say something as well? Klopp has a bit of an omen with having Japanese players to win leagues.
Yeah, that's what.
Do you remember a guy called 𝗁𝗵𝗃?
Kagawa, yeah.
Yeah, and Minamino.
Didn't what's the name?
Now
play
we've
for
got
him?
another one. He likes his Japanese players to win the league. That's all I'm saying. I think he scored like 2 goals in 6 games as well for us.
He's got 2 goals for us. One in Europa League.
If you look at it as well, when he changed to the pivot and we had the tip of the spear, we put so much pressure on their team that we actually scored 2 goals just because we were camped in their half. The
Look at
first
the
goal.
box. How many players were in the box?
Loads of players, and the first goal came from the press by 𝗁𝗃𝗀𝘁, which then had the shot, which produced a good save, and Nunes was hassling all over the goalkeeper and the defenders, and we had players in the box, like even the equaliser, the winner, it came from our own left back being against their left back in their box, winning the ball, which then dropped down to Trent. And Trent was on the left-hand side of the pivot because Endo had pushed so far forward that he had the space to go and push, and that's how we got the winner. Sometimes little things change games like that, and taking a player who had a stinker, by the way, like 𝗁𝗵𝗃 was absolutely dreadful. Like, if I'm going to rate him, I give him a 3. Like, he was really, really bad. Same with Salah, but that change, I know it was 82nd minute, but it was a big change to make. To take him off and bring on Endo, just flip the game on his head, completely flip the game on his head. And then Trent, like, we really do need to have a conversation about Trent could be Steven Gerrard for us in games now. He is that big. He's that important. He is so dominating. Like, he had like 83% passing today. He had like 147 touches or something like that in this game. Like, he was so influential right across the park. And he also made 2 clearances at the back as well, by the way, which no one talks about. Like, he was important both ends.
Trent, again, what I keep saying with Trent is that his interceptions and reading the game is actually really good.
Yeah.
It's when the game is behind Trent that he has the issue. When the game is in front of Trent,
he's trying to get back to it.
But when he's trying
to get back in.
Yeah, and when the game's in front of him, he reads it really well. That's why he always has high interceptions. He reads the game really well when the game's in front of him. When the game's going behind him at pace and speed, that's when Trent's not at his best, and that's when he gets caught, like a lot of right backs. But you're not allowed to speak about that because it's apparently only Trent who's terrible at defending the right back in this country.
Rhys James.
Yeah, Trent inverting, man. Trent inverting. I've said it. I understand why Klopp's doing it. It does make sense to me for what he wants to do because Trent ghosts into them positions when we're off the ball, and then he gets the ball in advanced midfield positions, and the team and the opposition are like, hang on, now they've got 4 midfielders in this central area and they can overload us. And to be fair, we can't say it's not working either because I think we've only lost once in 28 games now of this inverted system. So it's not like we can say it isn't working. Obviously, it is working, and I think the team around it have just got to get used to it. The new players got to get used to it. That's why I'm happy to give it time. But I want to talk about 𝗁𝗃𝗀𝘁. I thought when he came on, he looked good. Do you know what I like about 𝗁𝗃𝗀𝘁? It's just his versatility. It's just his versatility, man. He can come on and play the false 9, play it well. He can come on, play left wing, play it well. He can come on and play the 8 or the 10, and he plays it well. I don't want 𝗁𝗃𝗀𝘁, I don't want him to be a player that just doesn't have a role, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he's just seen as a versatile player. and we just play him wherever he needs to play that week. I'd love him to master a role. Personally, I'd have 𝗁𝗂𝘀𝗁 as our false nine. I really would.
Would have been good today. He would have been good as the false nine today.
I'd have him as our false nine because I still believe the way we play. I think I was saying this. Me and Quasi were talking about this game out. I think before you came in, that the way we play, it still looks like we need to play with a false nine.
Yeah. No, I agree, because it slows the game down for us, right? Yeah. Especially up top, because like I said, when Núñez is there by themselves, the energy, the chaos, that rock and roll football that Klopp has in his mind is still in effect. But if we able to, and the only way we could slow it down with Núñez is to do the 4-2-3-1. Because then every single time we get the ball, he doesn't just have to launch it. Because today, when we do that, he was even tracking back. He was on the side. I mean, the fourth goal actually started off him.
Sorry. Catching Sal, false nine to replace the false striker.
Man, that's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded.
That's not nice, man. That's not nice. Look, what I will say is, guys, Liverpool won 4-3, came back yet again, 2 goals in 90 seconds. You know, the mentality, what we got to pick up here, guys, the mentality of the players.
It's still in.
The mentality of these boys is still there. They won't lose.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this team. They will not give up like certain team 36 miles away down Manchester. You know, they will not give up. They will not sit down and go, right, this is over. We're not playing. They are playing for the badge. They're playing for the manager. They're playing for the crowd. They've got a great mentality, and they won't accept losing. They just won't. What we got to start doing, the only thing I'm saying is we got to start controlling games better. Because when was the last time Liverpool, you sat there and it was a comfortable Liverpool game?
I thought that's why I thought today was going to be, Jimmy. I thought today was going to be, I'm going to be chilling, drinking my tea. And I end up in the ER because my heart rate was over. My doctor's calling me and say, hey, your Apple Watch is saying that your heart rate is about to explode. Come here, let me check you out. It's ridiculous, man.
I missed both of them as well, Jace. I missed them as well.
Yeah,
I didn't know we'd scored 2 goals.
And,
I've got a certain stick where I can watch it, so I'm good.
But you know one thing that all this craziness happened, you know what also gave to some of the players, like Mac Allister and especially Szoboszlai, they finally felt the power of Anfield when Liverpool comes from the dump and win a game like this. Like if you guys can go back, watch Szoboszlai's face when the goals were coming in, right? They had a shot of where you could see how surprised, like the loudness of the fans. And we need to talk about the fans today, Jamie. Anfield, I have a problem with Anfield today.
Oh, go on.
It was too quiet. It was too quiet. I'm sorry. Anfield needs to be rocking because the players needed the fans today. Whether we're going to boo them or cheer them, they needed the fans today. And the only time we felt the power of Anfield was that last 10 minutes. Right? And then you saw the power of Anfield. And imagine with the extra 8,000 people that we're going to bring in. That place needs to be a place where when you come in, you are scared, except Liverpool player. But, hey, today, mentality monsters, man. We still got it.
Well, we still have midfield monsters now.
You know,
we scored 4 goals and none from strikers.
Yeah, look, that is one thing I do love. That look at the goals we're scoring. We've got midfielders, you know, piling with goals now. I do love it. I want is more control.
I also love the fact that when Endo scored that goal, did you see him? He got the ball and he was running back to the other to the center of the circle, going, "Come on, let's go and win this." That's brilliant. I love that. I love that shit.
No, I love Endo. I love Endo. Jason says we might need to switch to a diamond position. Then with 2 strikers up front to accommodate Trent, Szoboszlai and Mac playing at the same time. Endo as the DM. What do you think? Yeah, big up, Jason. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people say that, you know, on social media, on Twitter, especially after the game, saying like, you know, the players we got, does it make more sense to play a diamond and two up top? And, you know, you can, because if Klopp wants to play in this more central area and be more compact in the midfield and wants to keep possession and keep the ball and play this high line, maybe that diamond is the way to go. Maybe it's just a 4-2-3-1. I think he's got to work it out as the season goes on.
It gets more out of Núñez playing with two.
It's just, I think we've got the capability of playing multiple formations and systems with the players we've got right now. And I love the fact that, I will say with Klopp, like, he had enough. He made the substitutions. He put Trent and Endo as the double pivot, 𝗁𝗵𝗴𝗵𝘁 in the 10. And we got back in the game and won the game from there. So you have to give him credit for that. So we are playing multiple systems and tactics that we couldn't really do last year because, you know, we had garbage, you know, and it just weren't allowed to be. So hopefully we learn more from that, guys. Hopefully we learn more from that and it go on. But look, City dropping points again today, guys. 3-3 with Spurs. I've been saying it for time. This Man City team didn't buy us that well in the summer, in my opinion. I think they had a poor transfer window. They didn't pull themselves away from people. Arsenal had a decent transfer window and caught City up a little bit. And the league table don't lie, man. The league table don't lie. And we're sitting above City by 1 point. It's madness. Absolutely madness. So let's do player ratings. And I just want to quickly talk about the Sheffield United game after this. So there's a geezer we haven't spoken about.
Over 200 million, by the way.
City
spent over 200 million.
They bought Kovacic that don't really suit the way they play. They bought Núñez, who
over 200
don't
million.
Play. They bought _Phillips, who don't play.
No, but I mean just this season. Like just this season.
I know, but I'm talking about the players last 2 years that they bought, just don't.
And don't forget the 80 million defender who got burned today.
Doku was like 47. Like they spent a lot
of
money.
Against Villa, I believe they got no Doku, no Rodri,
no Rodri,
no Grealish.
Yeah.
And no Grealish against Villa. And they're away to Villa, I believe. And we all know Villa are great at home. That's going to be interesting, man. That's why we need to beat Sheffield United.
Will have a field day.
Right. 𝗁𝗏𝗴𝗵𝘁 and Kelleher, guys. Are we just putting them in crap? So we've got the ratings are for the players, guys. We've got boss, good, average, crap.
Have you got like another option that says Mignolet? Or wheelie bin?
Right, Kelleher, guys, talk to me because what has happened to Kelleher, guys?
Okay,
can I give you some stats on him? Can I give you some stats on him today? They had 5 shots. 3 went through him. 3 went through him.
Hear me out, people. Hear me out. He hasn't played for a long time. He's behind a super goalie that the world has not seen in a long time. Let's give him a break. Just average. I mean, 2 goals he should have never went in. 1 of them, there's nothing he can do.
I don't know. That third goal for the header, what was Kelleher doing?
I don't know what Kelleher was doing.
He looked like he was
on his line.
From a night out.
He got stuck facing that way. By the time he turned around, it was too late.
Yeah.
His movement was very slow today.
He looked like he just came out from the club. It's like 4 a.m. He's just like, hey.
His kicking was the same. His kicking was like he just come out the club.
I just don't understand what happened. What's that? I liked 𝗁𝗏𝗴𝗵𝘁 Kelleher, but this season, I don't know what's happening. Every time he plays, I'm actually worried now. You know, when he came in before, I was like, last season or the year before, I was like, oh, if Kelleher plays, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. But now he's like, I don't know if it's because he's just got disillusioned where he doesn't play, and that's breaking him a little bit, or he's at the age now where he should be more. He should have more experience under his belt for the 26. Is he 26?
24 or 25, I think.
24,
but he hasn't played enough games.
He hasn't played enough. That's why I'm feeling sorry for him.
He should have more experience.
But they weren't good shots that went past him. They weren't.
No, especially the second one.
The second one was an own goal, wasn't it? He palmed it into his own net.
Oh, it was
like,
just
if we're gonna have to score 4 goals at home to win games, like it's gonna be a long season.
Well, Alisson will be back
soon with him.
Alisson will be back soon. So
he's 25, says James.
I need confirmation.
He's a 25-year-old goalkeeper. He's a 25-year-old goalkeeper. For me, he should have more games under his belt for me at 25, and I think that's the issue right now. I don't know. I don't think it's because he's a bad goalkeeper. I just think he's not getting the game time.
That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Jamie.
You're not going to get better, and you're not going to get better, are you? So
right.
The problem is though, when he came in before and we had him in the cups and all that, he was tremendous. He was tremendous. And now I worry. You know, I watched him in the Europa League. I've now seen this game this season, and then he's coming. I'm just thinking,
like he was poor against Toulouse as well away. He was poor in that game.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe he's not being guaranteed like games that he's going to play. Like, oh, you're guaranteed to play like cup games. You're guaranteed to play like Europa League. I think he's not being guaranteed anything. So maybe he's a little bit,
with the Europa League as well,
if I don't, so to speak. Like, but you have to play well though. Like, look at 𝗁𝗵𝗃. Like, 𝗁𝗵𝗃 just proves that you play well. You stay in the team. Like, for me, 𝗁𝗵𝗃 keeps on playing. Like, if Robbo comes back, I'm playing 𝗁𝗵𝗃 right now. Like,
you know that ain't happening though, don't you?
No, I know, but you don't know how long Ali's out for, really. So I know he
no,
said
this is
until
the
Man
thing.
United game, but
this is the thing. Yeah, but he didn't say what Man United game.
Exactly, it could be Man United next season.
Old Trafford game.
Let's go with. I don't know about you guys, but I thought 𝗁𝗵𝗃 was good today.
He was really good today. Really good. It's another great game. Another 8 out of 10 for me from 𝗁𝗵𝗃.
Yeah, I thought it.
He hadn't won that header, we wouldn't have won the game. Simple as that.
He had to atone for the goal, the third goal.
I'm not blaming him for that goal, mate.
He fell asleep.
Mate, every player had to shift over because 𝗁𝗃𝗀 just went and ran off.
Yeah, like the only thing about
watch the replay.
The issue with Trent inverting from a defensive point of view is that everyone in the back line has to shift over. So once you shift everyone over in the back line, then the person you was picking up before is not the person you're picking up now. So you're in different positions of pitch. So, Matip at the time had to go over to the wing, the right back area, which means Virgil's down the right side of the DM. 𝗁𝗵𝗃 has to tuck in, and the midfielder has to come across, and you shift everything across. So I do think 𝗁𝗵𝗃 was a bit weak for the header, but I don't understand why our keeper didn't come and collect it. To be fair, I don't know why he weren't bossing that area of the pitch. Trent,
it's an interesting one because that is their ammo. Like I was saying that to 𝗁𝗁𝗀 before. Like they scored a goal against us last season doing the same thing, overload, like having a guy on the back post for the cross in, like getting on top of our left back or right back, because it was Trent that got beat last time on it. That seems to be their ammo. Like they overload on the wings and then put a cross in. And like 𝗁𝗵𝗃𝗃, he's quite tall, isn't he? I think he's like 6 foot, isn't he? He's also a Liverpool fan as well. Like two Liverpool fans scored against us.
Oh man!
So guys, are we happy putting Trent in boss?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
No question.
Right, let's talk about this because Joel Matip. Where do you want to put him before we talk about
average? He was average today.
I didn't think he needed to play today. Like some
it
games
looked like something was wrong with him.
So Joel Matip, Klopp said, by the sounds of it, this is an actual serious knee injury. Because the way he was talking about it, it's like he needs a scan, but he's not going to be back quick. There's talk at the moment he's done his ACL, so we'll have to wait on that.
God,
but
that looks so innocuous.
I don't know what happened. I don't even know what happened when he hurt his knee.
I thought he just landed the ball.
They said when he went outside, he landed awkwardly. It's probably hyperextended of the knee.
Jarred his knee. I'm hoping he's just jarred his knee, because if you jar your knee, it hurts like hell.
Yeah,
I thought it was a dead leg. I thought it was a dead
leg.
No,
he was trying to move his knee. It looked like his knee was jarred.
Yeah,
I've had that happen to me before, and where my knee, because I was a swimmer, and my knee got jarred in the pool, and I couldn't actually straighten my leg. Like, you couldn't straighten it. I like 10 people trying to straighten my leg, but it just wouldn't move because it was just totally jarred. And if you rip it too much, you can rip the ligament. So, but after a few days, it just eases and it's absolutely fine. So I'm hoping that's the case, and he hasn't done ligaments around it. He did walk off the pitch, though. He did walk off the pitch, but then, guys, we've got to remember.
Virgil
walked off the pitch when he did his ACL as well.
I can't believe he walked off the pitch.
Virgil walked off the pitch when he did his ACL, and I remember us all saying, he walked off the pitch, he should be fine then. It shouldn't be that bad. Then we got told,
I thought he was going to stretch it and then come back on.
Yeah, it's just the surgery was so bad. I mean, not the surgery, the injury was so bad, man. He ruptured everything.
Have you seen the scars on his leg?
It wasn't otoscopic like Joey's, but I know Thiago's when he was in Germany. But yeah, Virgil was. The people don't know how serious it was. It was bad. Like,
he was touch and go, career ender.
Yeah, off the bone.
Yeah,
the fact that he walked alone was crazy. But Matip, I think it's a hyperextended because the commentator was like, maybe it's the difference between the grass on the field and the grass outside. He may have, like Jamie said, jerked it a little bit. So when that didn't happen, man, it's painful.
Let's hope it's not serious, because
not.
Matip's been in great form this season.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't afford to be losing players now this time of year. So let's hope it's not too serious. He's just jarred it. There's no ligament damage, no muscle damage, no tissue damage, and it's just a fact that he jarred his knee. Because jarring it hurts like hell. You feel like everything's falling off. But
the injuries are racking up, aren't they, lads?
They are a little bit, but it's all team. To be fair,
no,
every team's getting them at the moment, ain't they? There's something.
They're playing too much football. They're playing way too much football.
Way too much. Way too much. Virgil.
I thought he was really good today.
I put him good. I was kind of disappointed at his leadership today because the team was all over the place. And when those goals were going. But in terms of him being great, man, what can you say about him being great?
What I do, I'm going to put... Oh, what have I done here? Oh, God, don't do that. There you go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make one more.
You could actually just leave it the way it was, because I don't think there's going to be anyone else that goes up there.
Endo, man. Don't sleep on Endo.
Oh, okay.
Right, that's how I want great underneath it. So
there you go, you got yours, Quasi.
Thank you. Thank you so well.
Yeah, I thought
Virgil played better than 𝗁𝗵𝗃. Let's be honest.
Actually, do you want to change that from great to warrior?
Warrior. Mike says 𝗁𝗵𝗃 as boss. Trent, 𝗁𝗵𝗃 and Mac were all boss. Everyone happy with that? I mean, I can't think of anything 𝗁𝗵𝗃 really did that badly.
I got no.
I think he was good. 𝗁𝗵𝗃 was good.
Was brilliant.
Yeah.
Let's put 𝗁𝗵𝗃 there.
Did you see that? Did you see that pot? That it was. I think it was like the 85th minute. 𝗁𝗵𝗃 was just charging through the midfield on his own off the break. Did you see it?
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
Right. We put Mac Allister in boss. We're all happy with that, because I thought he was
the goal alone.
Yeah.
I thought the goal alone, obviously, but I thought everything about his game was good today. I thought his passing was good. It was quick. Defending was good.
I think the way Klopp wants him to play is starting to show slowly.
Yeah, I think he said something about it the other day, didn't he, as well, in an interview. So yeah, I thought McAllister's starting to get there, guys. He's starting to get there. Where is he? Szoboszlai.
Average.
What's happening with Dominik Szoboszlai? Because the first 4 games of his Liverpool career, we're all sat here and like, oh my God, we got a heck of a midfielder. I think we all still believe that. Is it the fact that what he's being asked to do off the ball just doesn't suit him at the moment? Because on the ball, I'd say he's fine, but off the ball, yeah.
I think he's leggy. I think he's leggy right now, and it was good that Klopp stopped him early, and I hope he doesn't start him in midweek and bring him off the bench because he could be a game changer.
Yeah, I don't want to see Szoboszlai playing Wednesday. I agree.
I don't want to see him playing for the next 2 games. And Salah. Those two just need to just...
There's no way for that to be right. I know what you mean.
Salah wants that record. Salah wants that record.
The thing is, everyone's saying he's looking tired. He didn't play the Europa League game. He's had a week off. Is that a worry?
Oh, is that Dom?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Dom is, like, look, I feel like Dom's been redlined already. Like I think he's on par now to do like twice as much minutes than he's done in his last 2 seasons, which must be a bit of a shock to the system. But I also feel like, you know the way you were saying about 𝗷𝗂𝘀𝘁, like,
yeah,
I don't want him to fall into a category where he hasn't got a specific position. Dom's being played everywhere. Like, he was on the left today. He's on the left, on the right. He's on the far right. He's on the far left. He's been chucked in DM for some games. Like, I just feel like because he's a jack of all trades, he's kind of being used like that, and I don't think that's helping him.
No, I agree.
And he's new.
Look,
like, he's a new midfielder.
And as I keep saying,
easy.
We've got Gori here saying, I agree with Gori what he's saying there as well, by the way. But what I'm saying about Szoboszlai, it's not anything he does on the ball. It's the off-the-ball defensive work he does on that right-hand side. Now, I don't know how to put this without getting slagged off. He's a better footballer than Jordan Henderson, but I think Jordan Henderson was a better defender.
And
yeah, I agree with that.
So off the ball, I mean, if you go back and you look at the history of Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp with Trent and Endo on that right-hand side, we're defensively much better on that right-hand side than we used to be. Because Endo would defend well in the areas that when Trent was getting forward, so he never got exposed. Szoboszlai is a far better footballer, as we've seen already this season. Defending wise off the ball, it's just the only issue, and it's the same with a lot of the players. But yeah, it's just that's just my opinion. But I think Szoboszlai is going to come good. I've got no worries about him whatsoever. Right.
I don't think he plays well with 𝗁𝗵𝗆 either. By the way, like, he has better games without 𝗁𝗵𝗆.
Yeah, we said that. The only way it works if you play a double pivot, and if you play. I mean, I think you can play Endo and 𝗁𝗵𝗆 as a double pivot quite easily. I think you can play them and then Szoboszlai a little further forward. I think that works. In a 4-3-3, that's just because we play a flat 3. I just feel like that can be a bit of an issue. Luis Diaz, guys. Luis Diaz.
Average.
I didn't think Luis Diaz had his best game today. I said it earlier, K-Mac, we and Quasi talking about it. I think Luis Diaz looks better when he's in the central areas than he does out wide. He comes alive.
He didn't score off that header, That's his bread and butter. Like, he had that header, that really good chance.
Them central areas
just went missing after that. It was like, I don't know, I think he needs a holiday. I think he just needs to probably just take when this break comes up, this break that we have after Christmas, I think it'll do him the world of good, because he's just emotionally, he must be a wreck. Like, his dad was in the crowd again. I think, yeah, it's a weird one. since his dad's been back, he's been all over the place, hasn't he, really? I know he scored goals, but you know, he's done nothing else.
It's a weird one with Luis Diaz because he scores some really good goals. He has really, really good moments in games, yeah. But it's not always consistent over 90 minutes.
No.
You know, so it's hard to react to Luis Diaz because he can have 20 minutes of being an absolute smoke and being beautiful to watch, tearing people apart, cutting inside, getting shots off, looking unstoppable. And then for 60 minutes, you don't see him again. Do you know what I mean? That's where, but I just, when he comes into that central area of the pitch,
You've gone on mute again.
Fucking microphone. He comes alive, man. He comes alive, and yeah.
It's a Diaz fan, man. It's a Diaz fan. But yeah, I mean, James,
we said this on your show actually about coming in central, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's so hard to talk about Diaz because he has great moments in games, and I can't sit here and pretend he ain't a good footballer because he is a very, very good footballer. But he's going on 27.
Yeah.
How long? I don't think in his Liverpool career yet he's taken that next step. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. You know, I haven't questioned my manager lately, but I am leaning towards the Liverpool is not balanced right now. The midfield is not balanced based on the players he picks. And we are too right-sided heavy. And players like Diaz are lacking, so they force themselves to go to the right because that's where they will get some ball time. So the manager needs to start looking at his tactics and say, hey, maybe my team is not balanced, because I know K-Mac was like, Konate wasn't doing well. But do you guys remember since, like Jamie said, when we went double pivot, all of a sudden, the defense became very, very solid. And then the pressure just came from the 𝗁𝗁𝗄𝗃. Actually, this was 𝗁𝗁𝗄𝗃 from Dortmund because these guys could not even get the ball. I don't remember how the possession rate for Fulham in the last 10 minutes. They barely touched the ball. So it could be that maybe right now favoring one side is not good, like back when Mane and Bobby was there. Bobby was able to distribute it equally, right? He was the system. Nunes can do that. Gakpo can try, Jota ever so often. But I'm just saying, a lot of people say the tactics, the system. It's a system, the problem. Because Diaz is going in and out like a flashlight.
We've still not been able to find that dynamic player like Mane, that gave you on the left hand side. We've just not been able to emulate that. Like Jota can give you it in small doses. I mean, Nunes could give you it on the left hand side, like he did. Like for a certain,
I'm gonna be honest, I love Nunes on the left. When
he
last
was frightening.
I love Nunes on the left.
He was frightening.
Ask was it Diaz? Ask Manchester City, Diaz and Walker.
Yeah.
At Liverpool, the game that we won 1-0, he was tormented when he came off the bench.
I don't know. It feels like tactics. It feels like it is purposely made that way. Like everything is on the right, nothing's on the left. And when we get stuff from the left, it's because they've come into the middle. Like all of Diaz's goals pretty much this season have all been because he's come into the centre. Same with Jota. Jota's goals are all been in the middle. Like no one's really scored any goals from the left-hand side, if I'm honest. And I'd like to know, like, if we've actually scored any goals from assists from the left-hand side. Like, since Robbo's not there, and Robbo's not really doing that maraudering into the penalty area, those kind of runs that he used to do. He's not doing them anymore either. So it is a bit like, because it's inverted, everything sticks to the right. And you're right.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
It's interesting. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. I forgot a player. Totally forgot about him. Gravenberch.
Oh,
average.
Average, yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty close to crap, by the way. He was terrible.
He was average. It didn't work for him like it worked against 𝗁𝗁. 𝗁𝗁, he killed the midfield. And that's because the midfield was balanced.
It'd be interesting to see if how many times he gave the ball away as well for like I know he gave the ball away for their goal, but there were still a couple of passages of play which could have stopped it. But yeah, he was poor.
Yeah, Gravenberch's worst game for Liverpool. The thing with Gravenberch, he runs with his ball running is excellent. You know, he glides past opposition midfielders. My issue with Gravenberch, not today, but my main issue with Gravenberch is that he never finds that final ball.
You're right.
He never finds, and that's so because he's got it there, everything's there, and if he just finds that final ball, and that's I can 𝗁𝗂𝘀𝗁 and yeah, today just weren't his day. He just wasn't good today. It's fair.
On the counter, all he had to do was look for the easy pass, and he'd try to split the defense, and it just kept on getting. And you just go for the easy pass, if you can't do that, if that's like a 10% chance of you being able to do that, then go for the one that's 90% chance of you being able to do it. Didn't make those choices right.
I've thrown most salary in average.
Yep.
You're being
if it wasn't for the assist, I'd have put him.
Yeah, I know.
Mo today. When Mo gets it. When Mo decides that a record is upon him and he turns into weird Mo.
That's what I was saying.
You can see Mo was desperate to get that goal today, to get 200 Liverpool goals, and his 150th Premier League goal, I think it was. So if he scored today, you could tell he was so desperate for it. He was looking for it.
In his
and
head.
Mo gets in that. Yeah, he gets in that. It plays in his head. But then Mo still does really good things, like when he made that counter attack and he's running at pace, holding on to the ball, gives the ball at the right time to Darwin Núñez, who then crashes the crossbar. The cross on the outside. He has moments in games that that's Mo. It's just that's it. He's so good at that. But when he's having games like this where you can tell he's desperately trying to get that goal, it just and I thought
when all he has to do is square it to Diaz for a tap in.
Oh, when he went for the shot,
that one
balloons it over the bar.
I was swearing.
No, the first one that he instead of
when he gets it, he only has to put it across the 6-yard box.
He shoot at the goalie.
And he took the shot, and it's like, I know you want your goal, man, but think of the team sometimes. But yeah, Salah won't get in past Robinson either. For Anthony Robinson, I think he had a tremendous game. Maybe someone we should look at as a fullback.
Yeah, I rated him, by the way. I've rated him for about 2 or 3 years. He's a good player.
Decent little player. He had a great game against Mo Salah today, but it weren't Mo's best game. It weren't none of the strikers' best game today.
Is that Robinson a left-sided player as well, by any chance?
Yep.
Yeah. He's a left back.
Yeah.
It weren't the day for the strikers today. Let's put it like that. I'm going to put Darwin in average.
Yeah.
He used to play for Everton, by the way, Anthony Robinson. Came from Everton's youth team.
He's a good little player, man. Good little player. So with Darwin today, the only reason I'm not going to put him in crap, because for me, he should have scored the goal where Mo headed it down for him in the 6-yard box. For me, that's the one he should have scored more than the one that he hit the crossbar with, because the pace they're going at Mo and Darwin at the time, and he had to do it the first time. For me, he has to score that one. Mo set up for him beautifully. It was just a beautiful little header, not down for him. He could have even taken a touch. But he's running in
the barbershop.
What's that?
Are you actually in the barbershop?
Yeah, vibrating.
You sound like someone's getting a haircut.
Oh, you heard the noise?
Yeah, it's vibrating.
Oh.
But Darwin, look, what I will give Darwin credit for is willingness to run and get in behind and try and chase down nothing balls that you shouldn't be getting hold of.
You know what?
And trying to stretch your position.
2 of our goals today came from him just doing that unselfish run
Just
into the
that
box and
selfish run
challenging.
and just stretching the opposition. So I'm always going to give him that credit. He doesn't hide. It's one thing I say about Darwin. He does not hide. You know, there are strikers when they miss opportunities and miss chances, they hide in a game. I'll give this to Darwin Núñez all the credit in the world. When he misses these chances he shouldn't miss, he doesn't hide. He's still there in the game trying. So
you know what? Can we put him in good just for that celebration with Klopp at the end? Did you see it?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to kill him.
I think they come close. But no, it just wasn't the attacker's day today. It wasn't the attacker's day. It's got Wataru Endo. I'm going to put him in great, man. I'm going to put him in great. I can't quite put him in boss because of the minutes he played, but I will put him in great. Came on, controlled the midfield better. We got much better control in the midfield. He's actually really good. 1-2 touch passing. I don't know if you noticed that, guys. 1-2 touch passing all the time in the midfield. He doesn't hold the bang back. And where does he pass? Always forward. Always looking for the forward pass. One touch. Yeah, I thought Endo when he came on today was really good. Fulham's chances started to go away. Like we controlled the game when Endo came on. And his goal was first class. I mean, let's face it, guys. His goal was exceptional. And yeah, I think it's come to a time now. And like Gory says, without Endo's cameo, we don't win that. Simple. I think that's a fair statement. I know Trent got the winner, but would Trent have been in that position if Endo weren't on the pitch?
No, he wouldn't have. I don't think he touched the ball when he hit it as well. You know, I think he hit it while it was moving.
Yeah, man.
I need to look at that again, but I think he hit that as it was a moving ball into the top bin, which was really, really good, by the way, from the edge of the box.
It's a beautiful
killed it round them. They're on rushing players into the top bin. He was fantastic. We can sign 30-year-olds, by the way, and they play well for us. Can we just say that? Like Milner, we signed when he was 30. And he had some
he's
really
a legend.
Good years with us.
He's a club legend. That's right. He's a club legend.
Yeah. Endo can be the same. It can happen.
I'm gonna give this to the guys in the chat. Everyone in the chat, you got the this is you're gonna put Endo in this position. In the chat, you like put in boss or great. Where do you want Endo, guys? Look, the wife's telling me the snooker was amazing. I've missed the look. Do you know what I've done, guys? I've timed this and I've missed the final of the snooker UK Championship that I love, and the missus is watching it, and she's just told me it was amazing. So thanks.
I'm surprised you didn't say who the winner was.
I think Lauren, who won it? Who won it? Let me know in the chat. So guys, boss or great? Let me know in the chat for Endo. Boss or great? Let me know.
I see a lot of boss out there.
12th man's going for
boss. Boss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ronnie smashed it. Big up. Sergio, I'm not watching it with me. The wife, man. Boss. All right, you guys have spoke.
I think that's fair.
Is he allowed to take the 𝗁𝗃𝗃 Samurai nickname yet?
Ooh.
Is he allowed to take that from Taki yet?
They're getting very close.
Is he allowed to take it yet? Yeah, big up Endo. All right, question to you guys. Should Endo start against Sheffield United on Wednesday night?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Will he start?
No.
No.
Are we getting to make Endo captain? Someone said. The Scouse Ninja.
That's
He's
not
not
bad.
there just yet. That's the point. There you go. Look, Jesus 1921 said 𝗁𝗵𝗃 wasn't crap, so Szoboszlai was worse. What do you reckon? Szoboszlai worse than 𝗁𝗵𝗃 today? I don't think there was a lot in it. I don't think there was a lot in it.
They both were very off today.
I think Szoboszlai was just a little bit better with the ball today than 𝗁𝗵𝗏.
I think Dom had a couple of shots, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he was a little bit better on the ball.
They could have both been crap.
I just love the fact that we all think Endo should start against Sheffield United, but we all at the same time don't think he will.
Even the entire chat.
Which
is ridiculous, but yeah.
Lawrence
White. Ronnie's won again. Bloody hell.
Well, he's the greatest, man. He's the greatest. Keeping level. Ninja's affiliated with Chinese people, not Japanese people. Jesus. Grav wasn't crap, though. I don't know, man. Rich, I mean, we can agree to disagree. It's all good. It's all good.
I mean, to be fair, you could put him in average because Kelleher was on his own in being the worst player.
Yeah, that's to be fair. If there's nothing really in between Szoboszlai and 𝗁𝗵𝗏, just put them in the same ranking. To be fair, that is true. That is true. But yeah, Endo, man, Toro Endo. There's a match winners there, really. And I'm going to put 𝗁𝗵𝗀𝘁 there. To be fair,
yeah, put them in great. Yeah.
I think these three were our match winners, so they deserve to be there. Who haven't we done yet? Who haven't we done?
We put Virgil as good.
I think Virgil was a bit at fault for the second goal. I think Virgil was a little bit at fault for the second goal. That's why I'm leaving him there.
He didn't even challenge, did he?
No, I think he was a little at fault for the second goal.
But I thought he was kind of stuck in no man's land because 𝗁𝗏𝗏 just left him on his own.
Yeah,
with two players. I don't know. I need to relook at that again. To be fair, but I thought he was really good before that. I
thought
𝗁𝗏𝗏 was good when he came on.
Yeah, I thought 𝗁𝗏𝗏 was good as well.
It was real good.
And 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏, what was saying 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏 when he came on?
I give him average. The guy came in. He's still learning. The guy just came up from a long injury. The system that was, he looks real rusty. The system that was set up wasn't working for him until we changed it to 4-2-3-1. Then he became more calmer and was able to play better. And I think Gomez coming in was also good for him.
Well, look, this is what I've been talking about for a while now. This is 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏's big opportunity. If Matip has got a bad injury and he's going to be out for a while, this is 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏's chance to make that centre back partnership with Virgil his, because he's not yet done it. No matter what happens, Matip comes back in, and this is his chance now, isn't it? And he's got to take it for me because he has got all the ability. We know this. He's rash at times. Comes out of position a bit too much sometimes. My only problem with 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is that with Matip injured, 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 does pick up injuries. So we might be looking to get a centre back in January now instead of a DM. I think it might change our whole outlook that we have to go get a centre back in January because we know 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 does pick up injuries, and we'll go ask him to play sort of like shifting across when Trent's inverting. And I don't want to throw 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 in there just yet. That kid's, he's getting there. He's going to be special, but you've got to take your time with him. You can't just go, right, you're in there, and that's it. So I do think we need a centre back, man. I do think we need a centre back. But yeah, 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, his chance, man.
The thing about that as well, though, is if you look at Levi Colwill, he's the same. He's a similar age to 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and he is now playing in the first team for Chelsea under Poch, and he's not coming out of that team. Look, I'm all for like bringing players through slowly, but you have to look at 𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and go, he's ready. Like he's ready to start playing Premier League games for me. Like I would honestly play him against Palace and Sheffield United. I wouldn't have an issue with it.
I think he's going to start against West Ham for the Carabao Cup.
I genuinely believe he's more intelligent than playing the Virgil role. I think he could play the Matip role. His intelligence is
I think 𝗁𝗁.
immense.
Yeah, I think 𝗁𝗁's got a better IQ than 𝗁𝗏𝗁.
And he can come out as well. He comes out with the ball and his passing. Have you seen his passing on the ground? By the way,
Yeah, I think
his passing in the air. His passing on the ground is phenomenal.
I was listening to Klopp talking about 𝗁𝗁 the other day. He loves him. He absolutely loves him. I just feel like I think 𝗁𝗁's going to get game time. I think him and 𝗁𝗏𝗁 might rotate quite a bit if Matip's injured, because I think Klopp's very aware that 𝗁𝗏𝗁 picks up the odd injury here and there. So I think we might see them rotating quite a bit, you know. Yeah, I think 𝗁𝗏𝗁 and Van Dijk will start against Sheffield United, but then we've got Palace and we've got the Union game and the West Ham game coming up, where you'd feel like 𝗁𝗁 should play both of them games. You know what I mean? To give 𝗁𝗏𝗁 the rest. So this is about now game management, but I think we should go after a centre back in the January transfer window, just to make it. All depends on Matip's injury. If he has just jarred his knee and it's not too serious, and it's like a week out or something like that, then it's fine. But if he has done ligament damage in his knee, it's going. You know, we're coming into 2024 now. It's coming up to January, so there ain't long left. So we might have to look at bringing the centre back.
Who's the guy on the right that we played against? Who's the guy on the right that we played? He got his first game for us this season. Right back.
Luke Chambers.
No, the other guy.
Oh, the one who just signed his new contract.
Yeah.
Tyler Bradley? No, Bradley. Yeah. Is that him?
Conor Bradley.
Conor Bradley.
Yeah.
The fact that Conor Bradley is now back means that Gomez could be used as centre back as well. There's an option for him as well, because Conor Bradley is very, very highly rated. Like I would have thought that Conor Bradley would have been Trent's backup this season if he hadn't got injured.
I think
he had a great pre-season, if you remember.
Yeah, I think we'll see Conor Bradley in the squad.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we'll see Conor Bradley in the squad. There's no doubt about it.
So that still gives us 3 centre backs. Like if Matip is out. Like, by the way, I'm just saying.
Joey G.
I thought he was awful. I didn't know where he was playing.
What? Joey? I mean, he got thrown in and said, go do something.
All over the place. Like, I don't think he knew where he was playing. He was in midfield for most of the game.
He was inverting where he wasn't supposed to invert.
That was odd. Average.
Yeah, and Klopp stopped Bradley from going out on loan, so they've definitely got a thing with Conor Bradley. Guys in the chat, let me know where you think Joe Gomez should go in the ratings. Is it boss, great, good, average, or crap? Where should Joe Gomez?
Well, but there was just no one in the box.
Where does Gomez go in? Where does Gomez go? Because he came in and played right back, didn't he? So, but the thing is though, he played the Trent inverted role at right back, didn't he?
Well, Trent was there.
Yeah, it made no sense. Average. Everyone's happy with average. Yeah, right. We're all good there. Is that everyone? Have we done everyone? Did anyone else come on? Or was that it? I think we've done it, haven't we?
Yeah.
That was it.
There we go. There's our player ratings, guys. The 3 people at the bottom.
I mean, everyone in all the files injured apart from
Thiago's MIA. Robbo, yeah, he's back in January. Jota's back in January. Curtis didn't come on today, did he?
No, he was on the bench with Elliot.
Oh, he didn't come on either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right, and Stefan. Right, Thiago though worries me. So Klopp said on the 4th of November that Thiago's 4 weeks away. We are now the 3rd of December.
I don't trust what Klopp says when it comes to injuries.
And he said the other day that Thiago's not even running yet.
It says Jan on transfer marked. Expected January.
So
that could be like next year, like 2025.
All right, here's a question for everyone in the chat and everyone in the panel right now. Does Thiago play for Liverpool again this season? Guys in the chat and the panel, what are we saying? Do we see Thiago playing football for Liverpool ever again?
I think he will. They're gonna bring him slowly during after January. There's a lot of games for Liverpool, man. The more we win,
is he back after January though? This is the question.
I think we'll let him go. I think we might even just let him go on a free.
I think January he's gone in January, but
we could shift him to Barcelona, but they won't want to pay. Right.
I'm hoping he comes back and we see him play a few games.
Mm-hmm.
I'd hate for Thiago to leave the football club without playing this season. I would hate that. I really would. I'd love to see him play a few games.
He has been gone since April.
We've talked about what'll probably happen, haven't we, Jamie? He'll go to Barcelona and he'll have like 5 good seasons there. No injuries.
I think this hip injury. I think what Liverpool are thinking is that this hip injury is done. It's the thing that's been the problem for him this whole time. And once his hip's done, he could be back to being a little more injury free. And if that's the case, if that's what they're thinking, because I keep hearing an extension to his contract that he's going to sign a new deal. So my only feeling is that they think that after this hip surgery, he will be back to his best and he'll be more injury free. So if it does work and Thiago is a more of an injury free player coming up, would you give him a new deal? Or would you still let him go?
No, he would have cost us like 70 million already in wages and transfer. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I'll keep Matip instead of Thiago.
Yeah, so would I.
Look, one time this season as well, I sort of do want to see Thiago, Mac Allister and Szoboszlai midfield.
It's what we'd love, but
I do want to see it just once.
Yeah,
there is a lot of ifs actually. That's the only problem with Thiago is that it is the if word, ain't it? That is the issue. Such a gifted footballer, but if he's injured,
manager will say, "Oh yeah, it's not that serious. He's coming real soon." There'll be 3 months.
I remember when he said Bobby Firmino was only out for about a week, and we didn't see him for 5 months. You know what I mean? So I just, But guys, we're going to leave it there. Just before we go, I have just hit today. Thank you very much to everyone in the channel. I've just hit 1 million viewers.
What?
So, big up.
So
I've just
hit 1 million views on the channel. So this channel has just hit 1 million views. So big up to everyone. Thank you very much. And we are only 10 subscribers away from 5,000.
I was about to say that. You need to get those subs up to 5. Come on, gang! Everyone in there who hasn't subscribed, do it now. It's 5.
So 10 away from 5,000.
All it takes is just one click. Just click it.
We've hit 1 million views on the channel. We're 5.
Man, thank you, Jamie. Thank you for letting me be part of this monumental.
Man, appreciate it, man.
You know, this is big. This is big, people. Yeah, man, this is big. How many people can say that? Thank you so much.
I'm really glad I missed the snooker now.
I watch it night play. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I appreciate love, guys. Appreciate love.
And one thing, Jamie, before we leave, right? I saw somebody made a comment. I don't want to bring his name on from, he's a good guy. He knows football. But he said, when you need your local guy to take your team to the next level. I mean, there's 2 players who play for their local teams, right? One of them is an emotionally distraught because his girlfriend just left him. But one of them, he's like, nah, I'm going to put my team in my back and we're going to win. I'll leave it as that.
Trent special, man.
Have you seen the numbers that he gets, the GA, when he's with her? By the way,
who's that? Szoboszlai.
I'm talking about the other guy at Mignon.
Who's the guy? I don't know who the guy you're talking about is.
Should we say it anyway? Rashford.
Oh,
When Rashford's with his girlfriend, his
He
GA
scores.
is like in the 40s, but when he's not, it's like 9.
one goal.
Because he's broken up with her so many times. Like it's unbelievable. The stats.
Rashford's promises are terrible. He promised to feed the kids of the UK. He never did. He promises to be this world-class player. He never is. Rashford is just an average, okay Premier League footballer that because he wears a Man United shirt, he's made to be bigger than he actually is. It's as simple as that. Is Rashford any much better than a 𝗷𝗂𝘀𝗁? Is there, take Rashford's pace from him. What does he do? He's just head down, straight line runner, and he just shoots when he sees the goal. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't do it, sometimes it doesn't. I don't get the Rashford stuff. I really don't get it. I don't know why he plays for England.
Yesterday he was mad when he came off. He was murmuring some words people are trying to decipher. We're pretty sure we're going to find out by Monday.
Well, he's going mad because he's not a right winger. He prefers playing left wing. I'm sorry.
He didn't track back one time. He did not track back one time.
No.
I mean, who does he think he is? I'd have 𝗷𝗂𝘀𝗁 over Rashford.
That's what he is. He's a tax dodger.
I'd take Bowen over Rashford every day of the week. Seriously, would.
I rate Bowen. I rate Bowen. I think he's a good player. He's a good player.
But I'm just saying, Trent, man, when you guys start coming after Trent, look what he's doing for his team. That's all I'm going to say.
Rashford has kept one promise. I don't know he'll keep it. He said he'll never play for Liverpool. We wanted him out. Yeah, Garnacho is good for Man United. Look, the Man United downfall continues. It's beautiful. City dropping points again. We're above them in the league now, guys. No game advantage or anything like that. We're legitimately in front of them in the league.
City fans are starting to sweat. We're starting to see those. We're starting to see that sweat on City fans nowadays, huh?
They're struggling, and we're in a title race, guys. We are, for me, officially in a title race. So, guys, this season's hotting up. There's no more international football. It's going to be beautiful. January transfer windows are going to open soon.
I actually think we've got more points so far this season than we did when we actually won the title. By the way,
you think so?
Yeah.
No, we went 25 games on. We're winning. No, 25. We won 23 games.
That was it.
Yeah,
something like that.
Wait, that was
quadruple. The quadruple.
The quadruple.
Yeah, we didn't lose till February when we lost the Watford.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night.